Let's talk about speaking your truth. I don't really have time for all the pleasantries. I got to dive right in because I only got about 3 seconds to catch your attention. So let's talk about the truth. Over the weekend, we were going to my niece's basketball game, and my husband asked if his mother could ride with us. I said, yeah, but really, I didn't want her to ride with us. Why I didn't tell him that in that moment, I think because earlier we had had a conversation and I just was telling him about how I've wanted to move away because I felt like he prioritized his children over our marriage. I felt like every time we could do something, or anytime I wanted to do something, I always had to look at the calendar. Is it a kids' weekend? And we don't have the best relationship with his ex. And so that makes it incredibly difficult. And so my husband has liked to just keep things status quo so that he didn't have to rock the boat. But a lot of times that had me feeling unprioritized, feeling like, when are these kids going to be 18? Like, this wouldn't be an issue if we lived somewhere else. And he, a lot of times, would be agreeable to changes that she would request. But of course, on the flip side, not so much. So that had me feeling very bitter and resentful for a lot of years. So this past Saturday, we were talking about it, and I wasn't in an attack mode. He wasn't defensive. So it was a nice conversation. So later on that day, when he asked if his mother could ride with us, I felt like, oh, yeah, it's no big deal. I didn't want to be selfish, right? I was like, if we're going to the same place and she needs a ride, then first off, I actually thought, where are your siblings? Because his siblings live within, maybe one lives like within a 10-minute proximity of her, another might be in 20 minutes. So I was thinking, are they going? Where are they? Why can't they ride with her? Because ultimately, I wanted to just have alone time with my husband, right? But I'm trying to be like, I don't want to be selfish. If somebody needs something and I can give it, then that's what I want to do. But I'm human. And it was Valentine's Day. So here we are going to this regional basketball game already on Valentine's Day. I just wanted to ride in the car with my husband. And so ultimately, she ended up not riding with us, not because my husband told her she couldn't, because the siblings changed plans, and she ended up riding with one of them. So on the way in the car, I said to my husband, can I just be honest? I really didn't want her to ride with us, but I was struggling with feeling selfish. And he said, babe, I wish you would really tell me, because he said, I was on the fence because going to get her takes me out of my way. And he said, if you didn't want it, I would have just said no. And so what I want to share with you from that is, speak your truth. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay to be honest. There's a way that you can communicate that and be heard and feel validated and supported, hopefully. But you have to be okay with speaking the truth. And so that was big for me. That I think the other thing that I've struggled with is that my husband has 5 children. And so when I've been frustrated throughout the years and maybe confided in family and talked about my frustrations, the response that I would receive was, you knew he had 5 kids when you married him. And that just wasn't anything that I was going to help me in that moment. And it wasn't anything that I wanted to hear. I also feel that it's quite insensitive to me as an individual, as a human being, because every day we are growing, we are changing. And when statements like that are made, you knew he had, and we've been together for 14 years, you're not giving me space to grow. You're not giving me space to evolve and my needs to change. You're telling me that I have to be the same person that I was when we got married. No, I'm not. I'm changing. I'm ready to have new responsibilities. I'm no longer wanting to continue to mother in the way that I had. My youngest is 18. I'm the eldest of 3 children and was raised by a single mom. So who do you think was her lieutenant and helping bring up the other two. I told y'all that before. The lesson is speaking your truth and understanding that your feelings are valid, that you have the right to grow, you have the right to change. If you're putting in the work, definitely. And you're gonna encounter some people that are short-sighted, closed-minded. Even as much as we want to think that our family is open-minded, a lot of us, we have elders and they're set in their ways. Each generation that comes is changing the landscape for how we do things, being more bold, maybe more entitled, and just changing what the norms, the previous societal norms. And so you can go with the flow, or you can be like, I like doing things this way. But to each his own, right? You don't have to fall in line just because society says, oh, this is what is considered normal. And so as I continue to grow and change and evolve, and am now feeling like I need to speak my truth. I need to say how I feel. I want to be received and validated in my feelings. And if I'm changing, I'm putting in the work and growing, then I hope that people that come into my presence who knew me before recognize that and don't try to keep me in that space. And it's difficult. And so what do? I think that it is necessary sometimes to take a step back and to allow that distance. I talked about that in a video last week that Pastor McClure was preaching the Let Them series. And one of the points was that let them leave, or sometimes you have to leave, but everybody can't have access to who you're becoming. And so as I am again, going through life and trying to figure it out and what I can do to create the life that I want to live, I just wanted to share that with you because I consider myself a very direct person, but here I wasn't direct and I wasn't honest with my husband. I didn't want to come off as selfish. I don't want to come off as a B. People are going to think what they want to think. And so let them. That's all I really wanted to share with you. It's a beautiful day. I'm out here on the front porch. This is my favorite spot. And I'm excited for spring, excited for summer, excited for the rebirth in the environment, in myself. Thanks for watching. I hope that you are having a phenomenal day wherever you are. If it's not phenomenal, maybe good. If it's not good, goodish. But if none of those are true, then tomorrow is a new day. And I'm going to talk to you then. Take care.